Hi, I'm Michael Cavison. I will be your instructor today for your instructional video on how to make mac and cheese. Today we're going to be learning in our same external environment that you will be using in your classroom setting. We're also going to have some active learning later where you're going to be able to make your own mac and cheese. So we're hoping to achieve a fun video today where we teach you to make a great batch of mac and cheese, and this is going to be a lot of fun. So talking about the environment, we're gonna be using this as a presentation method, and we're gonna be showing you guys how to make the mac and cheese first, and then we're gonna have you actively learn and make your own in the same exact setting as I stated before. So the materials we're gonna use, which are also gonna be provided, is a pot, pan, cover for the pot, excuse me, a strainer, a bowl for your finished product, milk, butter, spoon, knife, measuring cup, salt to bring water to a boil quicker, and one box of Kraft mac and cheese, which also inside of it has, so first step is open the box and you're going to pull out your cheese. This is your cheese for your mac and cheese. The next step is to measure out 6 cups of water. If you come closer, you will see. This is a 2-cup measuring cup, so you fill it up to 2 cups, pour it in. You're going to do this 3 times over, because 2 times 3 equals 6. For your 6 cups of water. Doesn't have to be rocket science, doesn't have to be exactly measured to 2 cups. I've noticed in many times cooking this, that does not need to be an exact science. So once you get your 6 cups of water, you're going to bring it over to your stove over here. You're going to turn your boiler on high, and then you're going to cover it up and wait till it's boiling. Luckily, I've already prepared one boiling pot like so over here. If you'll see, this is how you know when your water is boiling. Your water is bubbling. That means you're ready to insert the macaroni and cheese into the pot. So, the next step, take your box of Kraft mac and cheese and you simply dump it all in, like so. There's none left in the box. You dispose of this box in recycling because we recycle. Next, it's going to be on for 7 minutes is how long you need to cook the mac and cheese for. So we go to our timer here. Time cook, 7 minutes. Start. Okay, so while your mac and cheese is cooking, you like to use your spoon to stir occasionally to make sure that no macaroni is getting stuck to the bottom of your pan. This will help cook it better. So I like to give it a little stir and then let it continue to cook. As you see, we still have 2 minutes left on our timer. And so when there's about 2 minutes left, I like to prepare my ingredients and measure them out so we're ready to go once the mac and cheese is finished. So, according to our box, you need 4 tablespoons of margarine and 1/4 cup of milk. If you see here on our butter, which is bought from the store, it is measured in tablespoons. So, 4 of them is exactly 1/2 stick. So we'll measure 4 tablespoons, cut right in half, nice and smooth. This butter doesn't want to cut too well. That's okay. So, you'll come out with 1/2 stick of butter. That's 1/2 stick, which will go in the mac and cheese. Also, you're going to need 1/4 cup of milk. And this is more important than your measuring of the water because this goes in your actual mac and cheese. So you need to have a spot on 1/4 cup. So we'll go in here, pour a little milk. Let's see, we got a little too much. So, I'm going to dump out. So we're exactly at 1/4 cup here if you look. So those are all the ingredients you need. We have our butter, measured out and ready to go, and our milk ready to go, and our whole packet of cheese which we will dump in. Now if you look here, 45 seconds left. The mac and cheese is boiling real well. We're just about ready to finish the final completion process and finish this mac and cheese and get eating. Okay, So as we wind down, you want to get a towel or a dish rag to pick up your pot because it could be hot. We don't want you to burn your hands here at our company. So the timer goes off. You want to hit clear off. Hit timer. So you get rid of your timer. Pull it off. Make sure you turn your stove off. Come over to the counter. Grab your strainer like so. Put it in the sink. Pour out your water into the strainer and your mac and cheese. Like so. There will be some steam. That's normal. Put your pan back down. That's where you're going to mix and make your mac and cheese in. Pick it up again using your towel so you do not burn yourself. We're all about safety here. Strain. Dump it back in your pan. I like to do this twice. So put the strainer back in the sink. Dump one more time. Shake it out again. Now we're good. Put it back in your pan. Still missing some, so that's what your spoon is for. Take your spoon and scrape the rest of it back into the pan so you get the maximum amount of macaroni in your mac and cheese. Like so. So you'll come out with one pan. So you're going to need a pan, a hot pad or something to put your pan on, because it's your pot on, because it's going to be a little bit hot. That'll work. First step, what I like to do is I like to take my half stick of butter, and I did wash my hands prior to this, so we are very sanitary here also. I like to chop it up into usually one small slice at a time and dump it into the mac and cheese. Like so. Now if you look in there, the butter is starting to melt into the macaroni. So now you are done with your knife. You can dispose of your knife. Next you pick up the spoon, mix your butter in. I usually like to wait until the butter melts until I add my milk. This is more of a personal preference, but it usually includes better taste when you do it this way. Once your butter has melted in the macaroni, you're going to take your milk, which is already pre-measured at a 1/4 cup, and pour it into your macaroni. Like so. Now, the most important part, the cheese. So you take your bag, standard Kraft macaroni and cheese, cheddar cheese. You make sure all of it's down the bottom so you do not lose any of it. Tear it off the top. And you pour your mac and cheese into your pot. Stirring like so in a circular motion, counterclockwise or clockwise, doesn't matter. And you want to keep stirring this until you see all of your cheese that you have just poured completely mixed in with your pasta. This will take about a minute or two to have delectable mac and cheese. Now, once you have finished stirring, your product should look like this. A cheesy blend of macaroni and cheese. You're going to dump it into your finished pan for a presentation and to eat by the rest of your family or friends, whoever you are cooking this for, or yourself if you're very hungry. So now, as you can see, we have our finished product of mac and cheese, and we'll do a little taste test. That's good. So, as you can see, we have now finished training our on-the-job training video of how to make Kraft macaroni and cheese. Now it's time for you guys to get in the kitchen, get in our work environment, and use our on-the-job training method to do this yourself and cook your own mac and cheese. I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for me, and I can't wait to eat your mac and cheese. I hope I trained you guys well. Now let's get after it. Let's get making some mac and cheese. My students are going to be practicing active learning and on-the-job training right here. We have Aspen and Francesco from Italy. He is going to be a great macaroni chef today. I have a feeling they're both going to do great after our instructional video. So they're going to start and make their own version of mac and cheese after I've just taught them. And let's see how they do. So go ahead, guys. Show me what you would do.
All right. First is the water. So how many cups of water?
I would say, I don't remember, 3?
3? All right. Let's look.
3 times 2.
3 cups. All right, there's 1. 2. Three. All right.
Now we want to turn on the stove. A little high.
Right. And put on the top.
Yep. I'm gonna put the back one.
Oh. So we waited for the water to boil, and now it's boiling. So we add the noodles and set the timer.
Yes.
For 7 minutes.
Or 7:30. Yeah.
Okay, now we can
Cool.
prepare the ingredients.
Okay, I can step in here. We have the butter right here, and it's 4 tablespoons, so I'm lucky I don't have to cut because that's basically what we need. And I'm gonna add some milk in this cup. And like Professor Cavinson was saying, I gotta be careful with the right amount of milk. A 1/4 cup, I think I got it right.
Looks good. And then we need to occasionally stir the noodles.
Exactly, we can put them here for
That is
now.
correct.
So they don't stick to the bottom. Right.
And now we have to wait
Now we have to wait.
for it to cook.
Completed, we need to strain the noodles. So put the strainer in the sink. Grab it with the hot pots.
Let me turn
Turn
this
it off.
for safety reasons.
Strain the noodles. Ooh. The steam is to be expected, right?
That's what I heard from
Yes.
Professor.
That is correct.
Okay. Do you want to do that twice, like
Yes.
Professor Cavinson
Yes.
pointed out?
Strain it. Pour it back in the.
Good memory, Francesco.
Thank you, sir.
Get all the noodles in there. Okay. One more time. Good measure.
Okay. You got this.
Should we scrape out those other noodles? Like,
You want to do it?
yeah. Let's just do that double.
Okay. I'm ready here with the knife and the butter.
Okay. I'm gonna add the ingredients.
Of course.
Okay.
So we want to cut it in pieces,
Mm-hmm.
so it's easier to have it melt all around. There we go.
And then stir.
Yes. Excuse me. We want to wait until it has melted so we can add the milk.
Yes. Okay.
It's taking a bit.
Now we can add the milk.
Sure. Why don't you go ahead while I keep steering?
Stir the milk. Right. And the last ingredient is the cheese, correct?
That is correct.
Tear it off. And add the cheese. Alright.
Thank you.
So just stir until it's all mixed.
It'll take a while. Like Cavinson was saying, Professor Clinton, he was saying it takes about a minute, so you gotta keep patient. Almost there.
Almost there. Alright.
Okay.
Think we're about
I
good.
think we got it.
Alright.
Okay. So we can pour it in the bowl.
I think so.
Okay, I'm gonna put this here. And here we go. I'm gonna
Alright.
pick up some of the
And
stuff.
Yes, for the final test.
the professor.
Sample.
So, as you can see, my students here, Francesco and Asman, have completed their final product. If you can see, this is my version and their version. They both have the same general color, which is good. We like to see that. Now we're going to come in for a quick taste test on theirs, see if it's just as good as mine, which it should be. Great. Just as good, if not better. So as you can see, they have successfully completed our on-the-job training program here, and they have made mac and cheese successfully and have shown that this training program works through their retention of my training program. They have watched, and now they have actively learned and done this themselves and made their own fresh batch of macaroni and cheese that is scrumptious and delicious, and we can't wait to eat it.